What's going on, everyone? So today could be a very big, very impactful day for the Los Angeles Lakers. Today's a day we all need to be like really glued, locked in, and paying attention because there are several games that have a ton of implications as we move forward. The Sacramento Kings ended up losing to the New York Knicks. They were up 21 points. And it was looking like the Knicks, it's just like, oh no, you're going to sell, aren't you? You're going to do what all these other teams are doing. You're going to sell this game to keep the Lakers from moving up in the standings. And no, turns out that the New York Knicks, well, they're fighting for potentially even the 2 seed. So it was like, hey, come on, you're at home. Do math, let's go win, right? And they ended up pulling it out. They ended up winning the game, which was huge. Right? Lakers really needed that. Now they are only half a game back of the Sacramento Kings for the potential 8th seed to leapfrog them. And today, Sacramento plays Boston, and they lose to Boston. The Lakers would be tied. Fortunately, Sacramento has the tiebreaker, so Lakers have to win one more game than them. So you need Sacramento to lose one more game and the Lakers to win one more game the rest of the way. The Lakers would stay ahead of them, and the Lakers would end up being in the 8th seed. Right now, as far as the breakdown goes for the Lakers, as far as the seeding goes, as I mentioned, they are still the 9th seed. Lakers have been spectacular for like 2.5 months and have gained no traction, right? None. It's so frustrating that they're still the 9th seed. It is even crazier that they could finish with 49 wins, still end up being, let's say they do move to the 8th seed and still miss the playoffs, which is just so bizarre. Any other year, they'd probably be, a top 3 seed or fighting for a top 3 seed, but nope, not this year. Although if they do get to 49 wins, I actually think that they may even be the 6th seed. But we'll touch on that more here in a moment. But as far as the Lakers go, they right now are a game and a half back of the Phoenix Suns and the New Orleans Pelicans. They are only half a game back of Sacramento, as I mentioned, and 2.5 games back of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, that I think is going to be a little rough. Probably not going to be able to catch them. Probably not going to be able to leapfrog them. They are a game and a half ahead of the Golden State Warriors. But if the Lakers beat the Warriors coming up, they play them coming up, right? If you beat the Warriors, guess what? You don't have to worry about the Warriors no more because the Lakers would have the tiebreaker, and that would give them another full game ahead of them, which would make them 2 games ahead of the Golden State Warriors with only 2 games left. So that means worst case scenario, the Warriors finish with the same record as the Lakers, but the Lakers end up leapfrogging them. So the Lakers have to beat the Warriors. The Lakers have to beat pretty much everybody coming up, but they have to beat the Warriors. As far as the 6th seed goes, we'll just get this out of the way. It's one of those things, I've said this before, some people may have heard me, but for those that didn't, don't expect it, and if it happens, we'll be excited and let's celebrate it, right? I don't necessarily think, because there's a lot of things that have to happen, right? You need basically 3 teams ahead of you to all flop, right? Suns, Kings, and Pelicans could very well do that, right? Pelicans are a sinking ship right now. Brandon Ingram's out. Zion just got injured. There was no structural damage in his finger. But does that impact him? Does that affect him? Does he miss some games because of that? So Pelicans, they're already a sinking ship before that. If they miss Zion, they're probably going to continue to tank. Sacramento has a brutal schedule coming up still. So do the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix has the toughest schedule in the league. A lot of these teams play each other, some cases multiple times. It is very possible that the Lakers could land in the 6th seed. Again, it's one of those things I would not get my hopes up because the Lakers don't have tiebreakers over Sacramento. They do have tiebreakers over the Pelicans and the Suns. Here's the problem, though. The Lakers finish with the same record as 3 teams, then the Lakers fall to the bottom of that totem pole because it goes to division wins, and the Lakers lost to Sacramento 4 times. They were 0-4. So that impacts the Lakers. So even various tiebreakers and various scenarios, the Lakers could still end up being in the 9th seed, right? They could be tied for 6th and end up still finishing 9th, right? It's because they didn't handle business against some of the teams that they needed to hand business to. Again, the Lakers kind of painted themselves into this corner, and it's very frustrating. But my opinion, if the Lakers do what they're supposed to do, the Lakers handle business, Lakers win their games, they're going to leapfrog one of these teams. 2 or 3 of these teams are going to lose bare minimum 2, if not 3 more games. Again, these teams play each other multiple times, right? And some of these teams have just really tough matchups, period. And a lot of teams still, even the ones that aren't like fighting for the race of that, like, the 6 through 10, right? They play other teams that are fighting for, some of these teams play like Minnesota. They're fighting for the 1 seed still, right? Like they play teams like you saw the Knicks, right? Knicks are fighting for that like 2 through 5 range, right? So a lot of these teams are still battling and fighting and need these various wins. Now, could the occasional team go, hey, we could take an L for this game and that way the Lakers, so we don't have to play the Lakers in the playoffs? Yeah, of course. But there's a lot of teams that aren't going to do that because they can't afford to do that, right? So, again, something to keep in mind, see how that plays out. But reason today is so important, so impactful. You have several games that are very crucial for the Lakers. So starting off, you got the Boston Celtics, who are currently a 10-point favorite over the Sacramento Kings. I do have concerns that does Boston start sitting people? They have the 1 seed locked up, ready to go. They could lose every game the rest of the way, and they still have the 1 seed locked up. So all the way through the finals. Do they sit like a Kristaps Porzingis? Do they sit like a Jason Tatum? I don't think they're going to sit like all 5 starters or anything like that. They can't even because of the rules. But point is like, could they kind of like sit 2 or 3 guys and stay within the rules, right? Like that is kind of concerning. That's a problem. But we need the Celtics to beat Sacramento because then, like I said, we are tied for 8th with them. We just have to outpace them by 1 game the rest of the way, and they still would have several tough games coming up. But another big game, Pelicans play the Spurs. Now, you would think the Pelicans should run through San Antonio. San Antonio's actually been winning. Like, they've won, 4 out of 6 games or something like that? Like, San Antonio's actually been playing pretty well. And, again, the Pelicans, like, what goes on with Zion, right? So, expect the Pelicans to win, but don't be shocked if the Pelicans end up losing that game, which would be huge for the Lakers. If the San Antonio Spurs, today we are all, it pains me to say, but we're rooting for the Celtics, right? San Antonio fans, we definitely need them to win. Dallas Mavericks need to beat the Warriors, right? Obviously, we could still catch Dallas. It's very unlikely. So the Warriors can still catch us. So Warriors lose to the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Maverick fans. And then we need the Minnesota Timberwolves to beat the Phoenix Suns. See how that goes. Phoenix is favored. They're not a huge favorite. They're like a 3-point favorite. But we really do need these teams to lose. Now, best case scenario, all these teams lose, and the Lakers are literally tied for 8th and only like half a game out of like 6th at that point. But again, they still have to do their job. You have 5 games left. You have to go at least 4-1 in those 5 games. I don't think that they can lose more than 1 game. If they go 5-0, which would be perfect, then I actually think the Lakers have a real chance at the 6th seed at that point. Realistically, I just think they're going to probably drop one of those back-to-backs. Got to play Cleveland. Cleveland's going to bring their A game. They need the wins. They're battling and trying to fight for that 2 seed. They need it. So they're going to bring their best effort. Then you got to go play Minnesota, who they're doing the same thing. And you're doing it on a back-to-back. It's just, in a perfect world, the Lakers blow out the Cavs by 30 and then rest in the 4th and then go play the Minnesota Timberwolves and then handle the Minnesota Timberwolves. And look, that could happen. Lakers could win it. More likely than not, it's going to be a hard-fought, tough Cavs game. And then you're going to follow that into the Timberwolves game. I think the Lakers have to win. I think that they need to prioritize the Cavs game. Because if you prioritize the Cavs game and you win that Cavs game, then every game is a must-win again, but there's not this overlying pressure, right? Because it's like, not saying that the Lakers should look at it as like, oh, it's okay if we drop this game. No. But if you lose that Cavs game, now it's like, we cannot lose this Timber. Like, we lose the Timberwolves game, the season's over, right? So, which could put them in desperation mode. But if you beat the Cavs, right, now you can kind of just like, you can exhale a little bit, go into that Timberwolves game and play a little more freely. So you're not all tense and tight, like, we got to do, like, no. So, and then you round out, you beat the Warriors. Guess what? That's the end of the Warriors. That's the end of the conversation. Go beat the Grizzlies. And then you got to beat the Pelicans. That Pelicans game could be the difference. Like, genuinely. If the Pelicans continue to fall and take this free dive that they're taking, then like that Pelicans game, the winner could end up being the 8th seed. Got some very important games, very crucial games, but I believe in the Lakers. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Think that the Lakers handle business? Do you think that all these teams fall? Are there any teams that you think, oh yeah, they're going to lose, but they're not? Do you think San Antonio maybe get one for us against the New Orleans Pelicans? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.